Okay. All right, everybody. It's March 3rd. It's Monday. Yep. And I'm sitting here 69.4 in my little suite here. Yeah, that's a little. Oh gosh. Yep. Give you a little extra epidemic in the morning. Just the start of your day with our epidemic sound instrumental, our royalty-free background music. Hope you can hear me okay. Turning up the volume so I can hear me. There you go. Something or other. All my little dials seem to be. I think we had some gremlins fooling around here last night in the middle of the night, running around playing with my dials. I don't know. We don't have any grandchildren over here. Maybe Marilyn was running around here with some. I don't think so. God, yesterday. Whew. Was I on the air at what, 4:15 a.m. yesterday? 4:15 a.m. Whew. I got up at 4 o'clock and I felt all good and I figured, hell, I ain't going back to bed. Fred, let's just see if we can get anybody to pay attention to me early in the morning. Guess what? I had one of my biggest. You wouldn't believe it. You know, you gotta. I've got like 2,000 friends between YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and Twitter Live. It's like crowding a couple of thousand. You know, when you add them all together, which you're probably not supposed to do that, but if we did, hypothetically, if we did, yeah. That's the way it goes. Hold on one second. Yeah, is that any better? That should be a little bit better. Yeah. I'm just trying to get this microphone thing, you know. Just trying to get that worked out. Oh yeah, you can slide that over a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We I'm doing the old time on the air thingy over here on this iPad. And I just turned off my iPhone because it keeps on thinking that I'm gonna use this. Let's see if I can have camera. Yeah, 13-inch. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be right there. Yep, this is a Pro Max. I'd like to get rid of that. I don't think I can rearrange these. Yep, there we go. It'll add me in there. There we go. So, anyway, it's 8:12 a.m. in the morning. And you can see, or 8:13, whatever, who's counting. And you can see the time, 8:13, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is the National Bureau of Standards. Apple is very persnickety to have their time, their time stuff correct. So, that's that. This iPad's not charging, so, I used a little, you probably can't see this. I'll show it to you anyway. see that little metal thing? You see that when you get a new iPhone, or you used to, back in the day when you had a SIM tray? Oh yeah, there's a SIM tray in this iPad. Yeah, so yeah. Anyway, iPhones don't have SIM trays anymore. The new ones. You have a electronic SIM tray. Yep. And you can have two. You can have up to 2 SIM trays. Like if you're going to a foreign land, you could get another SIM tray and add it right to it. Excuse me while I blow my schnozola there. I don't know. Yeah, it's that morning schnozola. It's all right. I'm starting an hour early today. Marilyn says, "Yeah, you got to have a time. You know, people will find you, but they don't know when the hell you're going to be on air and when you're not going to be on air." All right. Well. I'm starting at 9:15 now. Now I'm at 8:15. But anyway, at 4:15, I had more people. There must be a lot of early risers. Or I'm getting a lot of people paying attention to this thing, you know, and 1 a.m. in California? No, it wouldn't be. Would it be 4 a.m. Gosh, that 4, 5, would that be 9 a.m. in the European countries? I'm getting all this extra traffic. Here's my oatmeal raisin cookie. If you don't mind, I'm just going to take a little bite while you enjoy Epidemic for just 10 seconds. Yep. 8 minutes and 39 seconds have passed already. Yep. So now we can scroll through. God. My brother-in-law, sister-in-law, Nicole. Look at that. She got a new Model X. Does that look like a spaceship? Ooh. It's got a big 15.5-inch screen in the middle. It used to be turned this way. Now they've rotated the screen this way, landscape mode, like it's in the Model, like in the Model 3 and the Model Y. So Model X a couple years ago, and it's kind of like indented. If you can kind of see it, it's fitted in, with this, what do you call it? And it comes around there, and it's got a little screen. See this little. It comes up like here, it goes right down, and they got a little screen. And so it shows how fast you're going, and so it's in like park. Yeah, I got my pop filter on here, so it shouldn't be popping too much. It's got double walled pop filter here. So I got this pop filter. Yeah, that's made for this heel air transformer. Yes, sir. You see, and it's got some push buttons on the steering wheel. I guess you get used to that. But you're like flying an airplane. I guess this whole thing in the middle is your button for your horn. Yeah, I'm always trying to figure out how to honk the horn in my Model Y. I'm like banging all over the steering wheel trying to. There's your air conditioner at 72. Of course, we run ours at 68. You can play video games on that sucker. And the back seat, they have their own little 8 or 10-inch screens back there, so the kiddies can play video games right in the car simultaneously while you're driving, and you can have this map view and you get all this the software package that Tesla cars have. I mean, they've been developing, it seems like, forever. And a couple years ago, they start all over again. Elon says we have to. Maybe it was 3 or 4 years ago. I forget. Not many, but they've been making these cars for 12 years. Okay, 10 years ago they almost went in the toilet. Okay, with and then Elon, they almost went BK twice. And then Elon figured, oh boy, this is trouble. So he got rid of. At an early point in time, they got rid of Elon. Kind of told the very original guy that incorporated or filed the partnership papers for Tesla. Elon says he's not a co-founder. He is not the co-founder. I'm the founder. Anyway, so I got rid of whatever his name was. Something, last name with an E. Everhard or something. I hate to guess if I don't know. And then he brought in, or maybe Franz Hoffenschnogel. Can't remember his name either. It's like a mental block. I remember Elon Musk, though. Yeah, the Musk man. He's the face of Tesla. You put your two phones, one iPhone, his and hers, his and his, hers and hers, whatever the case may be. So how nice is that? She got herself a 2025 Model X, as in exciting. Woo! Yes. With the white interior and, let's see, what do I get? The black paint. What else we got going? I actually did one of these. Let's see if I can find it. I was playing games. What if I got one of those? What would that cost? I'd have to win a pretty good size lottery. Let's see. Let's press this button right here. The Tesla.com. Oh gosh. All right. Here's the password. It's coming. It's logging in. We should have a fast enough. Ah, there we go. Did I save it? Products. Let's hit products. Vehicles. Yeah, we want vehicles. Model X. We're going to order one. Well, we're not really going to order one. Let's pretend. And we're going to put it on cash price, just so you can see. So the all-wheel drive car with super duper radio. You really can't. You can't get a better radio. They've decided. I remember this from Franz. He says, you know what? You're going to get a really, really good radio, like it or not. And we're not going to be stealth gray, because it's like dark gray. It's not black. It's not blue. It's not red. It's not white. It's black. Black is beautiful. So if you do that, it's $1,500 extra if you want black paint. Let's see, what's the free paint? Oh, probably that disgusting gray. Yeah, that's all right. I'd take it in a pinch. I said, hey, do you want the dark gray or do you want the black? She said, I want the black. Well, it's a $1,500 extra. No, I'll take the gray. Marilyn's, she's. How about the interior? We want a white interior, and let me tell you, that white interior really brightens up the inside of the car, and doesn't get dirty. Even if you spill grape juice on it, it wipes right up, and you'd never know, that you spilled grape juice on your beautiful car. Now, this young lady, Nicole, she's, mid-century, 50-year-old, 20 years with the United States government in the forensic science area of whatever department she's in. Look at that, $8,000. Now, Elon Musk is saying that it was beta for at least 6 years, and now he's got a couple of years. It's full self-driving supervised. Now, what the hell does that mean? That means it's beta, because that means if you're not watching where you're going, this thing may run into a tree. I don't know how likely that is, but there have been a couple of these things that have rammed into a tree. Then after forensic analysis of the situation is that the driver of the car climbed in the back seat with his girlfriend, and they were having at it, and they did not notice that the car was headed for a tree at 80 miles an hour, and it wrapped itself around a tree, and of course the people inside the car died a surprise. Yeah. Oh yeah, Tesla goes on fire. Oh my God, it's no damn good. Yeah, can you imagine? The passenger and the driver climb in the back seat, and they're fooling around with each other, and no one's driving the car, and no one's even in the front seat. Wham! Hits the tree, goes on fire. It took them 6 hours to put the fire out because of the lithium battery that short-circuited or whatever the heck it is. Yeah. So, when you get so supervised, they mean it. It used to have in there, instead of that big word supervised, it used to say beta. And believe me, when it was beta, it was alpha. I'm surprised the legal department would even allow them to call it beta. I tried it out, like a year ago. And I said, hell with this. This is baloney. I'm going to pay. You can, instead of paying $8,000, let me come back here and uncheck that. It's, oh yeah, by the end of the year, it's going to be all working. Well, guess what? Elon Musk is marvelous at doing lots of things. And one thing he's very, very, very not so good at, and that is estimating the time to do it. Whatever it is, he does not know how to estimate time. He has no sense of reality when it comes to how much time it takes to do stuff. And these guys are busting their ass trying to, get this car, this autonomous driving going, and he's been promising it. Oh yeah, by the end of the year. He's been saying that for 9 years. And finally, in Australia, would you believe, they filed a class action suit. So the lawyers that have filed the action, if you got two people, two dissimilar people, two separate private families, when they join with the same lawyer to prosecute some litigation, that is a class action if you got two or more. So then what happens when they get two, then the lawyers start on a campaign to get more people to add into the class. So, they would hopefully they get thousands. So anybody that's, but that's in Australia. But I'm surprised that, the people in the United States haven't smartened up. The public information that you can see with the Tesla says that like 25% of the car buyers have engaged in the full self-driving. I can't believe that number. It can't be 10%. Who the hell would pay $8,000, $15,000? What are you kidding? He thought he got close to doing full self-driving about 3 years ago, and he raised the price from $10,000 to $12,000 to $15,000 because he really thought he was going to. Well, guess what? It didn't happen. That's like 4 years ago. I'm on my second car already, and it's still not working. I understand. I've seen the, because I listen to all the videos and things, and anyway, I've checked off everything I want with this car. You don't get a lot of choices. You don't need a lot of choices. You got like, what is it, 6 different colors. What the hell is this color? Oh, that's lunar silver. Yeah, we've had silver cars before. They're just as hot as black. So you might as well just get black. That's silver right there. You can fry an egg on a silver car. Red, you can scramble an egg. This blue, that's a pretty exciting. We were threatening on red, but you know what? See, red is $2,500 because it's a multi-coat, ultra red. They charge you. And black is $1,500. Red is $25. Oh no, we don't want red. We'll take black. Let's see where it says pricing details. I do not want to include, in the cash price, deduct $6,500 for the 5 years worth of, the difference between gasoline and electric. And in 5 years, you can save $6,500. I mean, that's serious money. It includes, by the way, a tow package. Yeah, you don't have to pay extra for it in the Model X. 5-seat interior. You can actually get a 7-seat interior. Does it show you what it looks like? No. We're going to get the 5-seat interior. 2 in the front, 3 in the back. Full self-driving 8K? No. Because it's still not working. Now, supposedly in June, they're going to be releasing their robo-taxi, robo-cab, whatever they're going to call that. I think it's robo-cab. So, charging. I'm going to put in our zip code. Three 432. Yeah, I'll press enter or return. Yeah. Similar cars available today. And get free supercharging. Let's see. So now they're going to look at the inventory of cars in Boca and Fort Lauderdale. Same price. Cream premium interior with walnut. Really? I don't know what these do. I like to have a lot of rubber. So I'm not interested in the 22-inch turbine wheels because that takes away the amount. Let's see if I touch that, what happens. Select a design. Yeah, see how skinny those tires are to the road? Jay Leno has a show, I think on Thursday. Jay Leno's Garage. He's got like 130 cars in his garage. So we're talking a serious warehouse. Yipper. And anyway, this car is available today. Oh, free with free supercharging. So that means, you don't have to pay for $93,000 purchase price. What's up with this car? It's a 22 inch now. We don't want that. Anyway, so go back one more. Go back another one. There we go. 91,990. Top speed of 155. Can you imagine? No, I don't think so. And then when you add destination charge and, the tax title and whatever, it's $93,630. Yeah, my Model Y costs $50,050. Can you imagine? 50-50. It is 50-50. This is $43,000 more. Whew. But it's a beauty. I will say that. It is a beauty. So we're going to go back to this. Anyway, so there's the old Trumper waving his finger at Zelensky. He's a nutcase. I know exactly what he's trying to do, and he's not going to get it. But he was. Now everybody, look, the Republican senators, that are on Zelensky's side, Republican senators of this Congress, had a breakfast meeting or early morning meeting with Zelensky, like till 10 or 10:30 in the morning. Okay, this little deal here was like at around noontime. Okay, but at 10:30, according to Lindsey Graham, our esteemed senator, from I believe South Carolina, and he's oh God, he is really ticked off because he said, look, I spent time with this guy. I said, hey, look, don't take the bait. Don't let these Democrats, don't sit with them and start and get all revved up about this and that, and you're entitled to this, and you're entitled, baloney. Just sign the minerals deal. That is your extra security deal with the United States. Trump is not going to get on your side and stand across the red dotted line with Putin on the other side. No. He's going to be the great arbiter. He's standing in the middle. You're on one side, Putin's on the other side. He's the referee in the middle that's going to help make this deal happen. Okay? And the support you're going to get from the United States is that you're going to do this mineral deal where you're going to secure about $300 million worth of money that we have advanced and are going to advance. And we're going to mine in several locations in your country, titanium and, nickel and, lithium. I got a picture here. Let's see if I can find it quickly while I'm yickety-yakking in here. Yeah, let's see if we can find a map of this crazy country. There it is. I got it. Bingo, right there. So that's Ukraine. Now guess what? That orangey looking color, you see the key up here? Russian-controlled territory. So when you look at the whole Ukraine, Kiev up as the capital, up there in the top with a star in the middle. So Russia is in total control of, the whole Crimea area and It was, it's adjacent to, the Russian ground. And, Putin wants to basically, get back the Ukrainian property that was split away from it, after World War II, I think. That's when that happened. Putin says, I want it back. Well, the rest of the world is saying, Ukrainians have their own government in place for years and years, like 50, 60 years. And no, you're not getting anything back. Well, he decided to, as soon as Trump got out of office, under Bite Me Biden, Putin jumped right over the border. You can see all the tanks lining up around the border. Right over in here in this area right here, they were all lined up. They knew darn well something bad was going to happen. Well, about 6-8 months after Biden got in office, they jumped the border and they started firing at the Ukrainians. Trump warned them. But you see, you got beryllium, graphite, lithium, titanium. See the blue? The deep blue up and around Kiev, in the middle of Ukraine. And over here. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 places, 8, 9 places. I'm looking at all these little blue spots here. There are 9 different places we could be mining titanium. Woo, excuse me, a little sneezy wheezy. Well, 3 different places where you can mine 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 places you can mine uranium. Other rare earths, like molybdenum. Yeah, rare earths. Polymetallic. I don't know what that is. I was a physical chemistry major, and polymetallic, I don't know what that is. Is that like Play-Doh for the No. Anyway, so non-ferrous metal, which is this powder blue color, titanium, lithium, graphite. That's the bright yellow spots right there. Anyway, so this is a map that was put together by our good friends at Microsoft. The Ukrainian Geological Survey. Okay, that's it. I got that. I did a print screen on that map Friday at 3:21 p.m. because I knew you would want to know. Okay, so Zelensky has his meeting with Trump, all right? And this is, you see this lady with her head in her hand like that? Going down like that? Going, oh crap. That is the Ukrainian ambassador. And she is crying the blues because, I'd take 2 or 3 pictures of that. Yeah. Here's the setting right here. Now she's got her head up because the meeting has just started. And Zelensky hadn't started opening his big fat mouth. Yeah, he's going to negotiate this on national television in the Oval Office. Would you believe the Oval Office? The esteemed Oval Office. Excuse me. I sneezed and my schnozola is running all over the place. Hold on a minute. Nothing serious, just have to every once in a while you got to blow your nose. And didn't want to scare everybody. Oh, Lord, now confirm your identity. What is this? I don't know why it's asking me to do that. I've been here before. Yeah. Ooh. Anyway, here we are. So, oh yeah, so I'm trying to cancel that. We're not. So, Volodymyr. Now, here's this guy. He was a comedian. He's a stand-up comedian in Ukrainian circles on some radio or TV, you know. So, of course, you know, Russia jumps the border. They don't really have, you know, a very sophisticated, I don't know. But, you know, all of a sudden this comedian, he decides he's in charge. He calls martial law. Now he's in charge and there'll be no elections because we're in martial law. We're being attacked. So he's never been elected. He's been fighting a war for 3.5 years. God bless him. You know, they got really unbelievably brave troops, you know, young boys and girls, you know, 17 to 27, or let's say 17 to 30. They almost wiped out an entire generation of young people, you know, in Ukraine. And the same thing with Russia. You got 700,000, probably, I'll bet you there's 700,000 on each side that have lost. So you got 1.5 million dead. It's like the killing fields. Remember that? Back in the Vietnam days and all that? Oh, God. The killing fields. You're just dead after dead after dead. And then the stench of death. Because their bodies, you know, if you don't burn the bodies and you don't bury the bodies, they swell up and explode, and you got all this, you know, bacteria and the stink and the fecal material that spills. Yeah, it's just, I mean, multiply that by 1.5 million people, kids, dead. And Trump is trying to, he says, enough death. That's it. Time's up. You guys have got to, you know, there you go. I'm going to be the deal maker. And I'm going to grab you two characters by the back of the neck and bang your heads together, and you're going to have to stop. You can't continue this. You know? And Putin, if you don't stop, I will get the entire world up against you and will crush you. And that'll be the end of Russia. And if you don't think we can make that happen, you know, we don't want to, and don't saber rattle with this atomic bomb bullshit, because you'd be bombing your whole, you know, your own asses out of the sky. Anyway, so that's always the, you know, that's the problem. And unfortunately, this jackass, Zelensky, who's a crook, you know, he may be a lot of things, but you know what he also is? He's a crook. Because he's got $40 million worth in 2 residential properties in South Florida. Where do you think that money comes from? Is he on a $40 Is he on a $10 million a year salary? 4 years times 10 is 40? No. He took our tax dollars and put it in his pocket. You know, when Biden sent over $350 billion with a boy. We're into this turkey for $350 billion. And we're at a big standoff. I just showed you the map. Russia, you know, basically controls 15% or 20% of Ukraine property. So what we'll do, this is Trump's notion, what we're going to do is we'll create, there we go, we'll create a mining agreement, okay, a precious metals agreement, whereby we're securing our $300 million that we've advanced to you. They've actually, Congress has approved $350 billion. They, you know, Biden wouldn't let them have it all right away, so that he kept them on a short string, which means he never got the stuff so he could finish off Putin. No, you kind of dribbling it out, and now we'll give you a couple of F-16s, and of course we're gonna have to train the pilots and this and that, and we got 10 more coming. But until you learn how to fly them, we're not going to send them to you. Well, that was a year and a half ago, and they still don't have the F-16s. I don't think. I think what do you call it? I think like the UK and maybe Hungary gave them some, a couple of others in the European Union gave them a couple of planes. Because Biden wouldn't send the stuff. So there's like 120 billion worth of stuff that what do you call it? Zelensky didn't get yet because Biden wouldn't give him the goods, even though Congress approved it. Well, Trump's going to put the big brakes on that because so they're going to create this. I haven't read all the details. I haven't read any of the details yet. I'm just hearing it from news reporting, and that's usually not too accurate. But we're going to secure $300 billion or $350 billion worth of, so we start mining this stuff, and we're going to pay, reasonable market value for, depending on the concentration of the ore that we're getting, and it's going to have to be assayed, all kinds of, quicksand with that, but, we're not going to rape and pillage them. So, and that will be the security thing, because it'll keep Putin out, because we're going to have mining operations all over Ukraine, and we'll secure our interests one way or the other. And Trump is going to wave his finger at Putin, say you better not be anywhere near, because we'll have some private security people come in there and bomb shit out of you. So we've got a business interest now with Ukraine, and so you stay the hell out. And then the European Union and the this and that, they can put some maybe they divide it just like us North and South Korea. You draw a line along the border somewhere. You get, maybe the Russian troops will have to vacate, the south eastern portion of where they, cut that in half, And now you got a border between, a new border, if you will. It won't be the World War II border. And you're gonna have to give up some property. It's all bombed to shit anyway, so it's not like it's inhabitable. It's to save you from having to reconstruct it. I mean, it's I don't. It's like the Gaza. There's no way you can live in the Gaza Strip. It's completely demolished. I mean, they've been bombing this Israelis have been bombing it for, 6-8 months. It's like, it's all, concrete block and twisted reinforcing iron. There's no utilities, of course. There's no water. There's no electric. There's no gas. There's no sewer system. And it's all concrete. It's all topsy-turvy, knockdown buildings. And Hamas, guess what? They're not handing back. They have like 50 hostages that they still haven't returned. And Trump's gonna, well, Israel's getting ready to start bombing the shit out of them again. And I have a feeling that Trump is going to up the ante and give him some nice, fill them up with some nice 5,000-pound bombs, and let's shake those tunnels right to the center of the earth. I mean, you got these bunker buster bombs that we've assembled, and it'll cut through that sand, and it'll get under the tunnels and completely decimate them. It would take a generation to dig them up again. And they've drawn maps on where the tunnels are. They pretty much know where the tunnels are. The other thing is they have these huge pumps, and they'll fill, from the Sea of Galilee, they'll pump the seawater right into the tunnels with these big, 36-inch turbo pumps. That pumps, millions of gallons a day. And they'll fill up those tunnels big time. I have a feeling that, they've released the best of the hostages. And, there may be 5 or 10 left, and the other 40 are already dead. They got them in Ziploc bags down there in the tunnels. You may never see 40 of them. Who knows? But, Israel can't, they just can't, Trump basically said, we're going to blast you into the next century if you don't, hand over these hostages. Well, they're not doing it, so don't draw a line in the sand unless you're willing to do something about it. That's the one thing Jimmy Carter didn't learn. He drew a line in the sand, then he drew a line in the sand. He kept on drawing, and Obama did the same thing. He kept on drawing lines in the sand. Pretty much, it looked like a checkerboard, because they didn't mean what a friend of mine used to say, "Be a man of your word. Just watch what you say." Yeah, Asa B. Groves told me that. Be a man of your word. Just watch what you say. Yep. Sometimes these politicians, are fast and furious with the baloney, and they don't realize that the bad guys are watching. They're also watching CNN or Fox News. They're listening to what you're saying. And be a man of your word, just watch what you say. Yes, sir. Anyway, so Zelensky embarrassed his own, UN ambassador. So there was the mess right there. This is before the two of them. Trump's not going to get pushed around by this little creep. Get the hell out of here. They threw him out of the White House. Said, out. Take you and your delegation and get out. Right now. You're not having lunch here. You can go buy your own lunch. Our people are going to eat your lunch. And they had lunch lined up. I've been in that hallway. Alan and I were in that hallway. And you come in out of the private portico. Sometimes you see not the north lawn, one of the lawns. I forget which lawn it is. I need to see it on a map. I'm not a Washingtonian. Robin knows, our daughter Robin has worked there for, one capacity or another for 20 years. God, John Paul, he's got 20 years, at NIST. And his wife, Nicole, she's been in the forensic part of whatever entity she works for. And she got 20 years there. So Robin divorced John Paul, and then Nicole married John Paul. So she's a daughter-in-law, and maybe, I don't know, daughter-in-law one time removed. Yeah, John Paul was my favorite son-in-law. Oh, geez. They were married for 15 years, and, Robin gets a 15-year itch and chases him off. And marries some other guy from West Point. Nice resume, oh my God. But he's a complete jerk. I couldn't even visit my daughter because of this guy. Married him for 10 years. Lost 10 years of my relationship with Robin. Married to this Sean. He beat her up so bad she spent 3 days in the hospital. Can you imagine? It's my daughter. If I'd have known that, oh God, I'd have gone up there and I'd probably be in jail right now for God knows what. And then, of course, you got this, oh God, Gene Hackman and his wife. They find him dead in their house. Beautiful 12-acre estate, sprawling house in New Mexico, would you believe? A very, very private area in New Mexico. They're very private people. They weren't seen very often in town. He's 95, gee. He stopped riding his bike last year, so you know what? I'm getting my bike. I got my electric bike in the guest room there. I'm going to start riding it around. What the hell? Before it gets to be 1,000,000 degrees outside. I fell down and hurt my hip. I think I'll wait a couple of months until my hip. It's, God. I still got a bump on the side of my hip. My primary care doctor wants me to do a CAT scan or something with my lungs. Screw that. I'm going to have him do an MRI on my hip. Because this is, I'm worried about this bump. I don't know whether I cracked my hip and it's got a bump on the side of my right hip. So I think I need to have an x-ray of that. But, do a CAT scan. X-rays are dangerous. So here's Trump, and here's the vice president, and, sitting down there with the prime minister of Great Britain. British Prime Minister. Number 10 Downing Street. Yeah. And they're just, they're all the same. The same kind of people. The British, we're about as close to them as anybody as far as international, get along ski. Ukrainian people. That guy, he's dangerous because you can't rely on him. Lindsey Graham, he said he needs to have a big change of heart or needed to get rid of him and bring someone over here that can represent their country that has like 10 cents worth of, political statesmanship acumen. Because this guy is, his word, your word has to be your bond. Well, not with him. He looks one way, he turns this way. He looks the other way, he blows with the wind, depending on who's blowing it. Anyway, I'm going backwards in time here, looking through. So, all right, here's a math. For all you mathletes out there, I played on the math team. I played left tangent. The right hook ski and the left tangents. Yeah, I was a left tangent. I should say I'm a right tangent. 3 times 3 plus 3. What is that going to be? Well, the one thing I learned about algebra, whether it's A plus B times C plus D, you always go in the middle of the expression and work your way outsides. So you multiply the 3 times 3 first. 3 times 3 is 9. And then you add to that 3, 12. And then add 3 to that. What do you get? 15. The answer is C, 15. You don't add the 3 plus the 3 and then multiply by 3. No. Because that'd be 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18, 19, 20, 21. So that's the wrong answer, but exactly if you did it the wrong way. So you'd be just straight say, oh yeah, 21, there you go. Select A. No. And you don't do 3 times 3 is 9 plus 3 is 15. And 3, so I don't know how you would get the 36. Who cares? But A is a distracting answer, and C is the right answer, and B is just flat out wrong. 3 times 12. Oh, 3 plus 3 plus 3 times 3? 36. There you go. No. You are alphabet soup. Yeah, it is letter C. Unless I have a screw loose somewhere. Yeah. There's a good general. The Democrats put him in jail for a little bit because he's a friend of Trump. All right. Now, here is there's an answer to the full self-driving lifetime card. You see that right up there? Full self-driving lifetime. It's card. It's like it's got like it's embossed, raised lettering and all that kind of stuff. And I guess they take a picture of you and they put it on the card. Anyway, you got this card that's a little bit. It's not exactly the shape of a business card because it's like rectangular. But it's a full self-driving lifetime card. So when you get your new car, you put that card on your center console and it will function with any car that you drive. Okay. Now to me, so I came up with an answer to this. Let's see if I can find. Let's see, did I do a text message on this? No, it's not there. I wrote a, oh, where's, I know where it is. Let's do known senders only. There we are. I wrote an epistle with, I thought I sent, let's see. Poppies. Anyway, I wrote a nice little, I was just looking. I sent a text. All right, I can do it from memory. Maybe I wrote it here. Did I send it here? Did I send it to myself? All right, never mind. So let's go back to the picture. Yeah. So, they're coming out with a full self-driving lifetime card. So instead of paying $8,000 for the full self-driving for that car, you pay $10,000, and it's like the park hopper card at Walt Disney World. You buy one ticket and you can go in this park, you can go in that park, you can go on Wild Country Safari, you can go over to the Wet and Wild, whatever. You can, the Epcot Center, you go to Magic Kingdom, that park hopper. I think you can hit 3 parks in one day if you have enough foot power to make that happen. Yeah. So what I did is I came up with an augmented reality. Okay. You got the $10,000. Allows the owner lifetime access to full self-driving in any vehicle, any place on Earth. Yeah. And when you get rid of that car and you go to the next car, you got the card with you, and it'll activate full self-driving in car number 2 or 3 or whatever. Okay? This is a go. Too cheap? What are you kidding me? Your goddamn software doesn't even work yet. Pardon the expression. Sorry. The gall darn software has been promised for 8 years. Elon, what do you got? You're supposed to be Mr. Smart Guy. What do you got? Amnesia? Anyway, so my thought on the $10,000 premium for full self-driving, which is $2,000 over the $8,000, which anyone that pays that right now is got to screw loose because it's still not working. They're coming out with RoboCab, in June. That's this March, April, May, June. In 90 days, RoboCab is coming out in California and in Texas. Well, they better have the full self-driving working, because that RoboCab, I think it's called, there's no steering wheel, there's no accelerator pedal, and there's no brake pedal. When you get in the front, there's only a front seat that holds 2, because their theory is 92% of everybody, that does a Uber, ride, it's got 1 or 2 people in the car. And only 8% of the time has it got 3 or more people in the car. Well, so fine. So they'll not bother with the 7 or 8% of the of the potential rides out there, because we're going to go after the 93% audience instead of the 7% audience. Okay, I'm rounding up a little bit. So So they got to have the full self-driving because the state of Texas has approved it, and the state of California has approved it. I know the Florida DOT is looking at it, Department of Transportation, and the California, they've approved it. A lot of Teslas in California, because Fremont, California is the original home of Tesla. And now Austin, Texas is the big new home of Tesla. And basically Tesla, Elon Musk thumbed his nose at the governor of California and said, I'm out of here. I'm not paying you 13.5% state income tax. And all my employees are getting ripped off because your state is a disaster. And you're the worst governor in the history of governors. So, and you're not doing anything for us, so you know what? I'm moving to Texas. I'm going to be near my SpaceX operations. Vandenberg Air Force Base is, a pain in the neck. I'll do it. I'll keep doing it for now. But we're moving Tesla. SpaceX and Tesla's headquarters is effective immediately in this is like December or so last year. We're out of here. So that way there's no state income tax on his income. A lot of people from New York moving down to Florida. Sean Hannity's down here. He's making $50 million a year, $30 million a year, I think, with Fox. Can you imagine? $30 million a year. Brett Baer, he's making $20 million. And then you got a lot of sixes, and then you got even more threes. And hopefully, because you got the Will Kane show, hopefully they're upping him to a couple million. He's a trained lawyer. He is a really good, he can do sports news. He can do any goddamn thing. Bright young guy. He's a trained lawyer. I don't know if he's ever practiced law, but anyway, back to the full self-driving lifetime card. So my theory is, let's say you paid $8,000 for the software. As I know, one of my lady friends that I know, Nicole, she paid $8K for the software, maybe even 10. I don't know. So she bought a Model Y. She bought the full self-driving. She said, it works on the highway, and I don't care if it takes me from address to address. The fact that it will keep the car, because I drive back and forth from like North Carolina or something to Washington area. I go home for every other weekend or whatever that is. She had a house in, I think, North Carolina, and a house at John Paul in Washington area. So every once in a while, she, like twice a month, she'd go, or every other, I don't know, like every other week, she'd go back and forth. So she spent a lot of highway miles. She had the full self-driving because it kept the car right between the lines, on the highways. She did a lot of highway driving going between the two, the interstate highways. I said, so when you got your new Model X, did you get that software package transferred into your new Model X? She said, yes, I did. I said, good for you. God, I hate for you to lose that software package, and they never had it fully working yet. I said, so now you got a brand new Model X. I'm sure you'll keep that a while. Yeah. She is happier than a clam in the sand, as they say. Yeah. But anyway, so here you got this. So let's say she paid $8,000 for the software. And for 4 years, she's driving the car with the software in beta form. It's not working today. It works, kind of like almost works, but it's super. Now instead of calling it, full self-driving beta, they call it full self-driving supervised. They came up with a new vocabulary word, like there's something better about it. Well, bupkis, it's another word for beta software. It's not ready for prime time. It doesn't work. You're not allowed to have your eyes go off. You can't go reading a magazine while you're driving the car. You got to be driving the car, and you can let the wheels slip in your hands. That's what they mean by supervised. You got eyes have to be forward. They actually have a camera, from where the rear view mirror is, and it's aimed right at your eyes, and it's evaluating whether you're paying attention or not. And if your eyes close, the car starts with all these messages and buzzers and sounds to wake you up, in case you fall asleep while you're driving. That's a good thing, but so much for full self-driving. So let's say you had that for 4 years. My theory is you get $500 a year credit because you invested $8,000, in a boondoggle. So the lost opportunity cost of $8,000, so they're going to pay you some interest on your $8,000, and that's going to be $500 a year. So that's 7%, 6.5%. So you're going to pay 6.5% interest for the 4 years that you have not gotten this full self-driving working. So 500 times 4 years, what is that? $2,000. Plus you paid $8, and it's still not working. You're going to get $2,000 more in lost opportunity cost. You're going to pay you 6.5% interest for those 4 years, because you'd rather have spent that $8,000 somewhere else, right? But no. Elon says it's going to be ready in 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. 5 years ago. So you paid 2. You paid 8. You get $2,000 worth of interest credit. That's 10. So guess what? If you bought the full self-driving software 4 or more years ago, guess what? They're going to give you the full self-driving lifetime card, because you're invested. They've had your money for 4 or 5 years. Yeah, absolutely. And if you had only 3 years, then fine. For $500, you get the full self-driving lifetime card. Transfer to any new or used Tesla that you're driving. You put that card down in the console between you, and you got full self-driving software alive and well in your car. That's what they need to do in the United States, because there's going to be once the lawyers, they like to make money. What else do they got to do? So I'm sure I read about it, so I'm sure some of them are going to start reading about it, and they're all going to be text messaging each other. And Australia has a live class action suit. It's been filed in their federal courts. So it's going to happen in the United States. And Elon Musk better get, they better offer exactly what I'm saying with this lifetime card. And Elon has got the tenacity to say, is it too cheap? Are you kidding me? You should get everybody their money back. Because you hoodwinked them with a bunch of fast talking stuff. I'm very agitated over this, in a sense, because, darn it, what's fair is fair. And you charge, if you're going to pay $50,000 for a car, and you're going to pay up to $60,000 for the car because you think you're getting full self-driving, and then you get in the car and it doesn't work. You take delivery of the car, and oh, sure it works. You try it out. You go. They have these showrooms around the country here and there, and I've ridden in the showroom. They don't have dealerships, but they have some showrooms and some malls. Maybe a couple hundred locations all over the planet. But all right, so now let me go here. Shrink that back down, and we're gonna go right there. There we go. So there's the card. I'm gonna heart it. And I wish I could send Elon Musk a text message. Guys, is it too cheap? You gotta be kidding me. You're lucky you guys aren't embroiled in, several different huge class action suits. And they lose their ass because this software is not working. It's still not working. And the company's been in existence for 12 years. Let's say the full self-driving. I'm driving a car 4 years, and they were talking about that, 3 years before that. So it's 7 years worth of baloney. There's Nicole standing next to her full self. Look at that. Her new Model X. That is the top of the line Tesla. It's a beautiful car. I've driven it. Not this one, but so that's a beauty. I think this is probably that. I can't tell whether it's the silver one or the dark gray, or I don't know what they call it, but yeah. It's parked right next to a Cybertruck. There you go. That is a beautiful thing. Yep. Tulsi Gabbard. She says, in the latest stunning Trump administrative move away from Ukraine, the director of national intelligence tore into a series of internal wartime policies in Kiev and said they departed from U.S. values. Her remarks tore into the government of Ukrainian President Zelensky at a time he is deeply vulnerable, with House Speaker Mike Johnson questioning Sunday whether he can remain in office and if he can't quickly repair the breach between him and Trump, in their recent explosive Oval Office global embarrassment. Tulsi says, cut him loose. She was on the Shannon Bream Fox News Sunday, I think they call the show. Yeah, you can see the Fox News Sunday with Shannon Bream. Yeah. So if they're going to make it, if Trump is going to make a deal with this guy, they're going to get him in a back room and make him squirm. I'd change the deal. Say, okay, dickhead, it was going to be this. It's going to cost you $100 billion because you basically Saturday Night Live. They tortured these. Oh, God. Here's Saturday Night Live crew, right? And here's the real crew. Saturday Night Live does not miss a trick. There you go. Ozempic. Phew. I gotta go through and I gotta get pre-authorized and all these. We just changed insurance companies to United Healthcare. Oh my God. So today, Monday, 3/3 of 2025, we are now. In fact, I'm gonna throw away this stupid card. It's actually expired now, so yeah, it's behind my passport card here. You see, I've shown you that, my passport card. You can see my ugly face on there. Hey, birthdays, time keeps. Nope, that's I got my Tesla card here. Maybe I already burned up my.
It's 9:30.
My Signal insurance. Shh. It's a joke. And the insurance agent was not truthful with me, which makes me even more angry. So I'm looking in the. I have these little silicone things that hold stuff. Here's. Yeah, no. I got a business card in here. I got my debit card. And I got a credit card. Anyway, so I've either got a fourth one of these. I've already just. I thought I had, this is where I have. So when I valet the car, see it's a red with a T for Tesla, and you can see the black Tesla card inside. That's this silicone case. So if we go out for breakfast or something or other, I put all three of these in my pocket. So I have my. There must be. Is there a fourth one in here? It's just. No, that's it. So I already took the insurance card out. Let me just take a look under here. Yeah, not that I want a souvenir. I probably should get it. Anyway, I figured out how to log in with my my insurance guy, Bob Beatty's insurance guy. Thank you very much. You saved my fanny. They've had great success with United Healthcare. And he's got all kinds of medical issues. We all have medical issues, but he's had, his more than his fair share of medical issues. And Bob is married to Marilyn's sister, Jane. So we got a heads up from them on how well they're being taken care of. Right here, behind me. Nope. What's this? No, that's. Oh, here it is. Eesh. Yeah, I got a little package because we're trying to fly out to visit my daughter in Arnold, Maryland. She has a house on a navigable canal. $1.7 million, beauty. All cash. Can you believe it? No mortgage. $1.7 million. Yeah. So we're gonna go visit her up there for just a fast weekend to celebrate my birthday, in which I become 80 on the first day of spring. I'm not going to tell you what day that is. I'm crowding 80. I'm not there yet. With any luck, I'll get there. Yeah, first day of spring. You know what date that is? I know what date that is. It's like the $64,000 question. It's March 20. March 20, yes it is. And to make things even more exciting, come on, where is it? It's I think it's the vernal equinox, is what they call it. And I was looking for the lunar. Let's see, is this? They keep changing. We are beta testers, of course, for Apple, iPhone, iPads, the iOS operating system. So let's just touch this one. Photos. Now, can you believe this? Look at this. With the iPhone 16, you can take a picture of the moon. Now, is that like nuts? No telescope. It's the iPhone. Yep. The iPhone. A tricky, dicky iPhone. Well, I have a... that's February. All right, let's do this. Oh yeah, let's go here. And let's do print screen. Is there a category called screenshots? Let's see if we can find the lunar thing. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Thursday, the 13th of March. Thursday through Friday. A total lunar eclipse. Listen to me, folks. A total lunar eclipse is going to occur depending on where you are on the planet. It's called the blood moon. Now let's see if it tells us where you have to be on the planet to see this. It will best be seen from North America. Where North America? I mean all over North America? I'll have to get we are going to fine tune this a little bit. Because sometimes, North America could be in Kansas City. And by the time you get to South Florida, it's a not so blood red. It might be this one in the middle. But someone's going to get the blood moon. This is the first of two total lunar eclipses in the year 2025. Will best be seen from North America overnight on March 13-14. Europe will get a brief view at moonset, but it's not expected to be a very significant showing in Europe. But we're supposed to get a good look at it, but the NASA or somebody will give you a real a much better view of just I got 8 or 10 days to look this up. This week for sure Getty Images will have a routine on how much of that we'll see. Marco Rubio, his Secretary of State. Good man. It's Trump better keep him close next to him. Because, Trump can be a little bit of a, he can get off the rails a little bit. And he needs, a good 10-year Senate guy next to him in the State Department. Because the State Department's got a couple 100,000 employees, maybe 300,000, and embassies all over the planet. So it's a sizable bureaucracy. And I don't think that's the kind of a place that you really want to cut back on. Now, they have been cutting back on some of these departments on what they call probationary employees. And what that means is that I actually had an interview with the Dallas regional head of the Fed District, 5 or 10 or something or other, headquartered in Dallas, Texas, the Federal Reserve District 6, for example, the Federal Reserve Bank in Atlanta, Georgia, is Fed District 6. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York is Fed District number 2. So, you look at your dollar bills, $5 bills, $10 bills, whatever kind of bills, you'll see a little 2 on there, with the logo of the Federal Reserve District number 2. 6 is Atlanta, Georgia. I think 5 is like Kansas City. And 5, 6, So it goes to, up to 12, which is in California. So I forget anyway, they flew me out to Dallas, Texas. I had a good all-day interviews with people in Dallas. And 2 weeks, I didn't hear anything. And 2 weeks later, all of a sudden I get a phone call on Friday night at like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Can you imagine? Friday night, 8 o'clock. I get it. This is in May, a few years ago. And this is 1988, 88, 89, something like that. Yeah, 89, May of 89, because in May of 90, I moved to Boca Raton. I took the Boca Bank job instead of the Dallas Federal Reserve job. Stupid as stupid does. But anyway, so what I learned quite a bit in those interviews. I met with the, nice person in the Office of Personnel Management in the Federal Reserve District, Dallas. I met with the senior credit committee people in the Federal Reserve, Dallas, and they rotated me around. They gave me a tour. I got the Cook's tour. I mean, it was, and they flew me there and flew me back. All in one day. I got there early in the morning and I got home, 8 o'clock at night or something or other. And then I spent that was like on a Thursday, so all weekend long I'm talking to Marilyn about it. And I didn't hear a word from them for 2 weeks. And all of a sudden at 8 o'clock, it was like, it wasn't business hours, You figure the U.S. government, man, at 5:05, whoosh, they're out the door. No, not the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas. Yeah. Remember the RTC? The Resolution Trust Corporation? Yeah. So I'd have been hired by the FDIC working the RTC assets because the Resolution Trust Corporation, an affiliate of the FDIC or Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas or some kind of thing. When they hire you for the first year, you're considered on probation. And they went into great detail telling me what that was. And I said, for a whole year, I'm on like, so year 360, you can say, see you later. She said, that's not going to happen. It can happen. You know, in the meantime, we do all the FBI checks, because this way we can hire you in right away if you're willing to take the chance. You don't have anything bad in your resume that we have. I said, no. Look, you know, I've been working in banks all my life, and most of my life. And I've had senior bank jobs, so, you know, accordingly, the Federal Reserve, the FBI, the Atlanta, Georgia, you know, regional, they know who I am. You know, they got a file on me and background checks and so forth, because, you know, I sat on the boards of these banks, senior executive positions, and, you know, you have to get approved by the state of Florida and the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, because it was a Federal Reserve Bank holding company that I work for, I believe. Yeah, it was a Boca Bank. It was a bank holding company, I believe. Anyway, so I learned about probationary. That's anybody that's been hired in, and, you know, they're 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 10 months, 11 months. After the 12th month, you know, OPM sends the hiring manager of Jimmy, for example. He's been here 360 days. You want to make him a permanent Fed employee, or do you want to get rid of him? You can still cut him loose if you want to. Oh no, we love Jimmy. You know, yeah. So, be on your best behavior in that first 364 days, because 365, you can be out the door. Well, that's what a probationary employee is. So if you just got hired in, anywhere from 1 year earlier, 1 year and sooner, you're considered a probationary employee, regardless of the rank. Okay? I don't know if they can cut that probationary period short. I don't know. I didn't really press it. Probably, if I was getting ready to sign that letter, I think I would have probably pressed it a little bit. So, you know, let's cut that back to 4 months, a third of a year. In a third of a year, you're certainly going to know. And then we'll get all lined up and, you know, a house under contract, but I'm not closing. I'm not closing on a house in the Dallas area, you know, if you're going to cut me loose. So, and I'm not going to live in a rental for a whole year. Can't cut it to third. Let's make it a half a year. You know. And I said, I'll take the FBI chance, because I've been investigated by the FBI. I'm a licensed real estate broker. They check you out. They get the fingerprint cards, you know, and the photographs, and they go through all the, you know, face recognition, and all, you know, all the, you know. So I've been a real estate broker for 20 years. FBI knows exactly who Jimmy is, you know. And my wife's a real estate agent, and they know who she is. So the FBI knows. They got a file on us. It won't be the first time I've been in front of the FBI, so I'm not worried about the FBI, you know. So I didn't really see if there was a way of cutting back on that 1 year probationary. There probably isn't. You know, it's like reinventing the wheel. And I should have taken that job, actually. I've made a few. You know, you get these fork in the road. You know, you have why you can go this way, or you can go that way. I made a left turn, should have made a right turn. Yep. Guess we'd be, you know, career Fed District Dallas, or Fed, just, you know, They might have moved me into Washington, D.C., for God's sake. I'd have done a good job. Because and the reason why they wanted to hire me, by the way, I might as well just, since I brought it up, big mouth, is that I was one of the few applicants that I was one of the few applicants that actually had senior banking experience, which of course was their number one. But the number two thing is that I had partnership experience as a developer, as a part owner on a number of projects. Have you ever caused any losses to the FDIC? I said, nope. No, sirree, Bob. Nope. Because if you're a 10% owner into an entity where we actually suffered a loss to the insurance company, the FDIC, then that would be a niche on a reason why you may not become a permanent employee. I said, no. I own 9.2% of a partnership, and it, there might have been a default because I'm not a controlling member, and I'm like the flea on the tail of a racing horse. Now, if you're under 10, it's no problem. If you're 10.1, and there was any loss to the insurance, I don't think there was a loss to the insurance fund anyway, but I was 9.2%, and your FBI folks will know how to spell James Wilson. And with my Social Security number, 9.2%, yeah, that was, I forget how we arrived at that number, but it was, split here and there and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And the ones where I owned a little bit more than that were home runs. You made, on a $15 million center, we made $7 million. Not a bad deal. Took us 3 years to build a public shopping center. The cost was $8.0 million. Marine Midland Bank, Buffalo, New York. The total cost was $8 million. And we sold it for $15 million, $3 or something like that. So we made 7 and 8 is 15, I think. And we made $7 million net. Phew. Yeah. The next year they made me a partner. I owned a piece of that one. Yeah. I owned like I think like 15% of that. So yeah, I made $1 million on that one as a little young whippersnapper. Crenshaw made $3 million. I made $1 million. What the hell? That's where 4 of the $7 million went. I'm not too sure where the other 3 went. It was operating expenses and expenses. Yeah. Okay, the new Air Force One is a downgrade in one crucial way. It's an upgrade in another crucial way, because you can actually fly 1,000 more nautical miles because of the efficiencies, of a more, it's like a 30-year-old airplane, right? That Trump's flying around in. And when he was president, his first term, Trump 45, he sat down with Boeing and said, I'm not paying $5 billion for a redo of this thing. The first number better be a 3 or else cancel the deal. So they made a 3.9999.99. It's $3,999,999. Because he told the CEO of Boeing, we'll take it if the first number is a 3, and you figure out what the rest of the digits can be. So they made a 3.9999. Yeah, the art of the deal. I'll tell you, Trump is a ball buster. Anyway, so the part that's, the big downgrade is that you can't fill it while in flight. The little trap door opens up, in the cranium of the, back here behind the cockpit, and a nozzle drops back down from a fueling plane that's flying above it in a synchronous, So you can't refill it. That's the crucial way they're talking about. However, it gets with when the plane is full and it takes off, instead of 5,000 nautical miles, it can go 6,000 nautical miles. You got an extra 1,000 miles of range out of it, but you can't refill it. But you'll have several of these. So if you can find yourself a place to set this sucker down, you can get off one and hop on another, or land it somewhere and get a fast fill. Yeah. Anyway, so I had this. So my big task here is 9:55. I got my drug estimators. And this Maryland's drugs, my drugs. January, February, March, they tell you exactly what it's going to be, estimate. And I got print screens on. So what I have to, my job is, I'm going to show it to you because a picture's worth 1,000 words. Oh crap, I have to go this way. Print screen. Gosh. Screenshots, yeah. So that's the moon thing. I'm looking for, oh yeah, here we go. Come on, where's the one? So here's the United. This is the physician's consent form for use of portable oxygen concentrator, the POC, portable oxygen concentrator. And there's the patient's name. This is a United Airlines thingy, and the doctor has to sign it and date it. And the top one gets checked. POC is medically necessary during all phases of flight, including taxi, takeoff, and landing. Or the second box, POC is medically necessary only during a portion of the flight. And the third box is POC is medically necessary intermittently during the flight, but not during taxi, takeoff, and landing. So I want the top box. By signing this form, I consent that traveler's use of POC is medically necessary. Oh, yes, sir. The traveler is capable of completing the flight safety without extraordinary medical assistance. That's true. Traveler has been advised by me, the doctor, to have ample charge of the batteries to power the POC. That POC, what is that again? That is the portable oxygen concentrator. They're always into these acronyms, POC. Your PCP has authorized the POC. What's the PCP? Your primary care physician. Yes, Oh my God, I hate this. The POC for the length of the flight. You know. So the POC has to have sufficient battery power for the entire duration of the flight, plus any connections, plus 3 hours of additional hours to cover unexpected delays. So in my case, that's about 8 hours. You know, before, during, after flight, you know, connections, and then of course you got that 3 hour thing in case they put you on the side of the runway for 3 hours while you roast, because airplanes don't have air conditioners, by the way. They only have heaters. When they get up to 35,000 feet, they heat that minus 35 degree air to plus 70 degrees. So they don't have air conditioners. They've got heaters. Because as soon as they land and they pull up to the taxiway and all that, and they pull up to the gate, they plug in ground air conditioners, that big, you know, hose that they connect to the airplane. That's to feed the air conditioning system, the air ventilation system in the plane, because they don't have air conditioners in the airplanes. They only have heaters. Any change to the traveler's health that would affect the criteria listed above, you gotta rescind this authorization. I certify that. There's the patient's name, state license or registration number. I gotta put my Florida state license number in there. So I'll fill this out, send it to my PCP. But I have to, but the first thing I got to do, not the first thing, but one of the things I got to do is I have to, I thought let's see. Oh, I guess I'll have to print it out. Oh, wait a minute. I got. So there's the Rogue 6. Yes. So I have to get this, you know, I looked up this. This is the portable. This thing is like 7 by, you know, it's like 8 by 10 by 3 inches thick. And with the extended battery, which gives you up to like 12 hours and 45 minutes. You know, with the extended battery, up to 12 hours. Yeah, so this is, and I was looking for the picture where they, you know, they have it. I had a picture. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get my, there it is. See, so there's a subject, and he's got his portable oxygen. Yeah. The one it's going to be 2 inches taller than that. Same kind of a strap, but 2 inches taller. There's the prescription I got from my doctor. I put G5 on there, which is the same as the, come on, reverse pinch. Yeah, and I checked this out with my, you know, United Healthcare guys. They're all guy. David Turner. Good man. He was Johnny on the spot to help me with this stuff. What's this? Yep, here's our United Healthcare. We signed up. This has been a fast, yeah, it's been a fast journey. There's my Maryland's and my Medicare card. Eesh, boy. Anyway, so as soon as I get done with this, conversation with you all, which is about now, because it's 10 o'clock. And by 10:30, I'd like to start banging the bushes, because I got 10 days. I got to have this stuff in hand on the 13th. Yeah. Because we take off on the 14th, early in the morning, so I got to have this all charged and running by the 13th at the latest. So I got exactly 10 days. That's a week and a half. Yep. So today, in the morning, I figured I'd let everybody at Lincare in Boca Raton. I got their phone number, and I'll be on the phone with them. Yeah. And if I go to my photo thingy here, I should have a picture of the Lincare. Crap. Gotta go this way. Keep on going the wrong direction. There's that. There it is. Yeah, see, there's Lincare, Boca Raton, 2885 South Congress Avenue, Suites G and H. It's in Del Rey. 561-266-1011. Let's look at directions. Let's see where it is. Directions. Let's not. Lincare, Lincare. The Lincare near me. They're a big group. They say David tells me we use these guys all the time. They're very good. Standard operating hours of the Lincare centers, 8:30 to 5. Yeah. They're all over the United States. So they must have hopefully good financing or whatever. They got one in Fort Lauderdale, they got one in Jupiter or something like that, and they got one in Miami, and they got one in Boca Raton. So I'm going to call the Boca Del Rey one right here. Congress Avenue. We know Congress Avenue. Yeah. All right. So you and I have been talking here from 8 until 10, basically. And now I got to get to work. There's the G5. So I want to ask, these guys, the Rove 6, I think that's the guy, because I get a full 12 hours worth of use on the lowest setting. They always do that. So I want one of these configured with the long-range battery. You get a 3-year warranty or a lifetime warranty. And I think I'll take the 3-year warranty. Yeah, because they basically end up, it's depending on whether they have any equipment laying around, and then they rent it to you month by month, and they bill the insurance company, and they pay. My insurance company will pay for it. They have one Riviera Beach, so they'll check around, find one, get it transferred in. I don't know. I'll be talking to them, and yeah. Lincare.com. Advanced respiratory is. I'm on a mission to do this portable, because this, without this portable thing, I'm grounded. My blood oxygen level is so low. You get stressed out and you're on an airplane. You all this stuff. Flight check. Pre-check, post-check, rice checks. Just the stress of flying, your blood oxygen just gets burned up, with the fun of flying. Yes, sir, Bob. So anyway, there's my Lincare thing here. So you see this little box down here. See, I can click right on that and say call, and I can call it right from my iPad, my shoulder pad. I can call right from there. And if I get put on hold, I'll carry this iPad into the kitchen, and I got some kitchen duty. I got a bunch of dirty. I made some spaghetti sauce, which is outstanding. That's going to be my late morning breakfast. I had 2 oatmeal raisin cookies, little ones, and I have my hot tea here. I didn't drink much of my hot tea. You can see it right on the top there. It's still nice and warm because this 20-ounce, mugs really keep it nice and warm for you. Not hot, warm. Yeah, because I made it at 8. It's now 10, so it's been sitting there for 2 hours. But anyway, so listen, you all have a nice day. You started out with me. Thank you very much. And I will see you back here, same time, same channel. Maybe I'll get out at 8:15. This 8 o'clock thing, starting up nice and early is pretty good. So I think I'm going to move myself up an hour. I ended up getting a whole lot more people tuning in. The earlier, 9 o'clock, everyone, I guess, is off and rolling. I did a early morning Sunday edition, which was at 4:30 a.m. And you believe I had like a record turnout of people listening to Jimmy Yickety Yackety. My God, what's the matter with you guys? It's a bunch of insomniacs. I fell asleep on the couch at 8 o'clock at night, and I woke up at 4 in the morning, and I'm go relieve myself in the bathroom. I get ready. I'm dusting myself off, getting ready to, climb in bed because I was on the couch, and I said, I'm awake. I'm not going to be able to get back to sleep, so I'll just stay awake. So I did a 4:30 a.m. broadcast, and I had, a lot of people tuning in. Thank you very much. It's like having a little breakfast club. It's all quiet early in the morning. Everyone's, not up yet, or I don't know what. So I figured, what? Let's get going on this an hour earlier. I'd rather talk to more of you, and you have an opportunity to be live. Because remember, one more time, if you look up on the top there, this is a simulcast of 3 social networks all at the same time. Can you believe it? Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Twitter Live, X Live. Yeah. So, YouTube Live, it seems like it's a lot easier to find things on YouTube. Facebook Live, that's where I started. Then I added X Live, and then the third thing I added was YouTube Live. And it turns out that YouTube Live is kind of like, even though I have more followers or whatever you call them, friends, followers, on Facebook Live, because I've been doing it for a long time. But I jumped on YouTube Live. You pay extra, you pay like $15 or $18 a month to be able to do these uploads. But they stay on they stay up there like forever. I don't know if they ever really throw them away. It's part of the, the cyberspace. They run servers all over the, place. Yeah, sure is. I'll have to find out how long they hold the YouTube Live or Facebook Live broadcasts. It's got to be a couple, 3 years. Maybe, forever is a long time. But as long as they're, my handle, if that's the right nomenclature for that, is FAU for you. FAU for Florida Atlantic University. Although I'm just an adjunct faculty there, it's just FAU. It's not sponsored by FAU in any way. I used to take photographs there, and I was adjunct faculty for 22 years now. Since 2003, I was adjunct faculty, yes. Published a book October 2003, second edition 2007. And because I've got FAU, we've taken, hundreds of thousands of FAU sports photography in the early days. They've gotten a little bit too cute for their britches, and the photographs are ours, theirs. No, I take pictures of my camera, and the photographs are yours. No. We can jointly own them if there is such a thing, but I'm not gonna, have to kiss up the line to get my own photographs back. No. So if that's the way it's got to be, our photographic days are over. Well, they just started that like this year or last year. And so if you're wondering how come you don't see me on the fields of FAU, it's because, the legal department, they're going to own my photographs? No. Not going to happen. I've got 450,000 photographs, and a third of them are FAU shots, for God's sakes. And they pushed me right off the field, so the hell with them. And, I didn't even get a thank you, Screw them. I mean, it's, it's not, they don't, they're big, they're too big for their britches. I forget who helped them when they were, when they had 4,000 people in the stadium. And Marilyn and I had taken photographs of the team like they're NCAA champions. Now, Schnellenberger got him up to a bowl game in New Orleans. The earliest, it was the fastest that any brand new team has ever gone to a bowl game and won the bowl game. And Marilyn and I photographed the bowl game up in, New Orleans, Louisiana, in the Kingdome. Yes, sir. Remember Super Bowl? We were there before you. Howard Schnellenberger. He knew us. Yeah, old Howard passed away. But he, we were in his face all the time. Marilyn's in there with videos and asking him questions. And yeah, we were all over the place. Yipper. So, I wish you have a marvelous day. It's, let's go full screen here. See right here? What time is it? $10:17. How come? Oh, there it is. This must have been pointing to the wrong thing. There it is, yeah. You see the clock? Gotta get in this. I got like a black cloth here. 10:17, 54, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10:18 a.m. I'm going to turn up Epidemic Sound Instrumental. Anyway, YouTube Live is FAU for you. Facebook Live, FAU for you. Twitter Live, FAU for you. Should be. Okay. The @ FAU for you. So you can, you Google it or, Jim Wilson's, see welcome to Jim Wilson's live broadcast. You can actually just type those words. And on YouTube, you'll find me. Yeah. It's 400 and something broadcasts over a multi-year period. 3 or 4 years, something like that. Got my little studio up here in the 8th floor. All right, listen. You all have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow at 8:15 a.m. Okay, how about that? I'm going to turn the music up and turn me down. So, see you soon.